I'm Dick Crosby,
And I'm Janice Crosby.
and we'd like to welcome you to the inaugural Mount Vernon Business Reception. Janice and I are co-chairs of the Mount Vernon Neighborhood Friends Steering Committee. Together with a committee of about 16 people, we work on projects here at Mount Vernon.
Well, when we moved to the neighborhood in 2007, obviously we drive past the estate every day and started looking into it, and I had never even been here before. When we started to discover that, oh my gosh, we live on one of Washington's original 5 farms, that was really a revelation and really exciting. And from there we learned about the neighborhood friends and reached out to the state and said, how can we take advantage? How can we get involved with this treasure that's literally in our backyard?
As early as Lucas was able to be in a stroller long enough, we brought him to Mount Vernon, and I've come to George Washington's home since I was a young child as well, living in the area, and just seeing the changes and seeing how wonderful it's been kept up and how the staff really does so much to make the experience for families an incredible one is a wonderful thing, and we love experiencing that with our family and our friends.
Some of the things that we've been able to experience here was to drive by Mount Vernon when they were starting the library, the education center, and the museum. And those took different stages, but they're all very important to the legacy of George Washington.
The work that the neighborhood friends have done, even in the 4 years that we've been a member, has been really extraordinary. A lot of it is very visible, restoring buildings, working on the mansion staircase, working on the stabilization of the slope. We sit on the edge of the river here, and the last thing we need is that slope degrading anymore and potentially jeopardizing the mansion.
One of the most enjoyable or inspiring events of Mount Vernon for me was to walk the lanes here at Mount Vernon in the evening when they have the candles lit, because it gives you the opportunity to stop and reflect back on the founding fathers and who else has walked these lanes.
Selling Mount Vernon as this spectacular site is so easy to do, and really touting what the neighborhood friends do, and we want this to be here for as long as possible, and supporting that is of great importance to us.
As a business sponsor, invitations and access to events like this and the other things that the neighborhood friends put on every year are part of the benefit that you get by joining as a business sponsor, and it really is a wonderful opportunity.
Events like this, the Colonial Market Fair here at Mount Vernon, is one of the events that Mount Vernon hosts. Just spectacular here, and beautiful days like this is a great trip for us, and we enjoy every moment of it.
As you leave us this evening, we'd like to thank you for coming, and we're going to give you an 18th century cheer. Hip hip huzzah!
Huzzah!
Hip hip huzzah!
Huzzah!
Hip hip huzzah!